today's video is about taking a drop top off the wall and then repairing the wall and then moving out or putting the drop top elsewhere. First thing to do, take the drop top off the wall. I went to my local tool shop and I bought multi-purpose filler, which is what's going to fill the holes, and some filling knives. These are the little pallets, so you take the filler and then you apply it on the wall. And I also bought some mini rollers because I am only applying paint on a small area. I don't need to repaint the whole wall. And then of course I bought some paint. Ridiculous, I know, but that's the smallest size I could find and I was in a rush. So all this came to £32.22, but £20 of that was the paint. If you can get a small pot, it won't cost that much. If your walls are not white, so if your walls are of a color, any color, you can chip off a little bit off the wall. Go to your local paint store, painters and decorators store, and they will have a machine where they put your chip in. It gets the color code and then they put a little bucket in and then they mix it and then they give you a small, medium or large pot of the paint that matches the exact color of your wall. Right, let's get on with this. So we need to take the plate off the wall first, and to do that we need a screwdriver. So you take the screwdriver and then you unscrew. This is a brick wall. I'm going to do a separate video that shows the exact same process on a plasterboard wall if you're from the US on a dry wall. The first thing that we want to ensure is that the wall plugs are not sticking out, so we want to push them in. So I will use my screwdriver and attempt that. So this one is fine. We can now open our filler knives. We can use them to see if, yeah, this one's definitely sticking out. This one might get away with, but we probably want to take out. And this one's definitely fine. I couldn't push this one in, so what cannot go in must come out. Okay, some of it came off. I'm happy with that. Let's try on this one. Okay, some of it came off. I'm happy with that. Ooh, no problem. As much we can get as much of the wall off as we want. Right, it's buried in there, then it will not be a problem. Fine, that's all fine. Okay, next step, filler. This is a very complicated part. Take a filler knife, stick it in the filler. Get this dough out, and we want to do that. We want to keep one of these nice and clean. So you take this from here, put it here, make sure your filler knife is clean. You take this from here, you put it here. Okay, then we take a small bit, bring it out, a nice little piece, and apply it. Yeah, and apply many times as you need to make sure that the hole has been covered. What you want to do at this stage is really press this down like this so that the hole gets covered. If once we've sanded it down we still have some imperfections in there, no problem. We just repeat the same process again. And when the holes are big, we're probably going to need to do that twice. Don't leave too much material on there, because the more you leave, the more you have to sand down. The holes won't be covered. We're just going to let it dry for now. Any excess material, I am obviously a pro, so I have nothing left, but if you have plenty of material left, take it, put it back in the bucket. Close your bucket and save it for the next DIY project. The next thing you're gonna need is a little bit of sandpaper, and for walls it's recommended to be 120 grit, so 120 grit. Because the holes are a little bit big, normally we will need to sand this down and then reapply, sand one more time, and then it's done. I had the heater on it for about an hour. If you don't use a heater, it will probably take about 2-3 hours for it to dry. Let's go and so what we want to aim for is smooth to the feel. This isn't smooth, it still has a belly, so once you paint it, you'll still be able to see it. And then where we've sanded it here, it has got some cracks, so we want to make sure that these are not visible. I think it hasn't dried enough, that's why the cracks haven't filled in properly. But once you start sanding it, you've got to sand it and then reapply it. After this step, we will go and reapply some filler just to fill in some of these cracks that we shouldn't have, but I think I rushed the previous step quite a bit. Okay, so I'll leave it overnight this time so that we don't rush this step again. Clear your spatulas, your filler knives. Right, let's go again. A lot thinner this time. The more you leave filler, the easier it then sands off. This has been left over the weekend now, because when I filled these holes, it was Friday. So now over the weekend, this is nice and hard and it comes off really easily. What we're looking for is we want this all to become nice and smooth, and we don't want to have any more of these lines here. We want this to feel smooth to the touch. This is done now. Feels smooth everywhere. I don't feel any of the filler sticking out a lot. Nice and ready. What we're gonna do is we just wanna sweep this down over the floor, and then you're ready to paint. Time to transform this ugly looking wall into a brand new looking wall. Because we're not near any corners, we don't need to use a brush, and because we're not gonna be covering a big surface, small roller, best thing ever, you know, nice and tidy. Make sure to spread the paint nicely, and then I'm done. Make sure there's no dust left on the wall. Now this will probably take a couple of coats. Then we'll take a 10-minute break, come back, apply another coat, and if we need to, we'll take another 10-minute break and we'll apply one more coat. It's white on white, so it's not easy to see, but we want to spread it nicely. Doesn't take any skill, just takes a little bit of attention. Because with the sandpaper, we have gone a little bit wider. We don't want to just patch this, because where the sandpaper touches, it really smoothens the wall. Whereas from the roller, and any wall will have these uneven texture. If something has been sanded, it will generally lose that. So we want to make sure to put that back on with the roller and the paint. All right, here we go, second coat. It's only been 10 minutes really since the first coat, and the paint is already dry. Preferably, we want to just go up and down. We don't want to do all sorts of shapes without paint. 2 coats will definitely not do this one. It will be 3 coats, but we will wait 10 more minutes and then apply the final coat. Let's give it 5-10 more minutes and come and apply the final coat. And for the 4th and final coat, I mean, there's barely anything left here anyway, but there's a little bit of, maybe you can see something here, so I'll just do a final coat, but this is pretty much done. Right, as you can see, the wall is perfect. You wouldn't be able to tell, there is no difference. The holes have now disappeared, we filled the holes, we painted the wall, and you couldn't tell the difference. Now, as I said, this is a white wall, but if it was any other color, if it was blue, pink, red, whatever, you take a small piece, you take it to your local paint shop, and then they match the color, and you do the exact same thing. You fill the holes, paint the wall, 1, 2, 3 coats, however many you need to, and it's done. It's as simple as that. Anyone can do it. Let me know how you get on.